Welcome back to Ignition Sim Racing. Uh, welcome to our rookie race event. Let's go over the starting grid. For our first race, this is going to be a 15-minute race, and then following this, we will have a 45-minute feature race that will be reverse grid. Our starting grid for race 1 is going to be in the front row. We got Oliver in P1 setting a time of 1:45. Following him, we've got Kevin in P2. In the second row, we've got Kelly in P3. Luis in P4, Victor in P5, Brooklyn in P6. We've got Joe in P7, Quinn in P8, Oscar in P9, Nathan in P10, and Nicholas in P12. Today's race is going to be in GT3s around Hungaroring, and we're going to be getting started here shortly. Today's race is going to be a fun one. It's our rookie event, so we actually have some familiar faces from past race events and some new faces. The requirements for this event are that you never podiumed on a previous Ignition Sim Racing event before. So this one will be a fun one. We'll see new people on the podium, and we'll have 6 total people on the podium, hopefully different people for our first race and our second race. Taking a look at our results for race 1, we had some technical difficulties for the bottom 6, starting from the pit lane. But our results for race 1 are going to be Oliver P1, Kevin P2, Luis P3, Victor P4, Brooklyn P6, Joe P7, Quinn P8, Oscar P9, and Nathan P10.
Everybody, welcome to our second race for this rookie night. The first race was quite eventful, had a couple of technical difficulties, a couple of errors, but all in all, it was a great race.
As we start the second race for our feature, we actually reversed the grid. This is going to be a 45-minute race. Kelly right now, if we check the screen, we're on board with Kelly right now, who actually had a frozen screen last race and didn't actually race in our Heat 1 race. So we've got him out here in the first position. Let's see if he can hold it. Further back, we've got some fighting as we finish out this first lap.
It seems like we just got a contact with another car. Looks like it was a Porsche and another car. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. looks like there was no contact, but he did hit the curb too hard and spun out his back wheel. And he did almost get in contact with another car as well.
Now we go on board with Oliver, who is currently in P3, gaining 8 places since the start. Oliver was our race winner from our Heat 1 race, and he's almost back at the front. Ooh, Kelly with a big spin. Let's see if we can get a replay on that one. Which opens the door for Nicholas to look for that P4 spot. Ooh, Oscar goes a little too wide. Still within a second of Nicholas, but Nicholas has P4. Further up the field, Oliver in P2 is now under 2 seconds away from Kevin. Oliver is coming all the way from the back of the pack as he started at the back because he won our first race. Checking back in on Oscar and Nicholas. We've got 37 minutes left of racing, and this race has already shaped up to be an interesting one. The pace is very close between all the drivers, so it'll be exciting to see where this ends up at the end and at the checkered flag. Ooh, big crash at the back. It looks like it was Quinn. Ooh. Taking the turn a little bit too fast, loses grip in the rear, and goes straight into the wall. Luckily for him, this race we don't have any damage for our rookies, so they're able to just get back on track and keep fighting for positions. Good to see him back out there. Brooklyn is now less than a second away from Victor, it looks like, as we come down crossing the start-finish line, going to turn 1. Brooklyn and Victor, this will be their first race at Ignition Sim Racing for an event. So it's nice to see them fighting. Good pace coming from Brooklyn. Slightly better exit. He's closing that gap. Ooh, and Oliver with the fastest lap at 1:45. He is also closing the gap to Kevin, who is in P1.
Looks like he is now 1 second behind the lead driver, Kevin.
We'll check in on that in a moment. But for right now, where you've got Brooklyn and Victor fighting for the 9 and 10 spot. Ooh, Victor goes a little bit wide, holds on to the position though.
Let's see if Brooklyn can utilize that mistake to gain this position forward.
Further up on the grid, we've also got Nathan fighting for that 6th position spot, looking to take it away from Joe. Nathan is currently down 1 position from the start of the race, looking to reclaim that position and possibly get further ahead with 34 minutes left in this race. Ooh, Joe takes it a little bit wide.
A little bit of contact.
And Nathan takes 6th place.
And I believe that is a good time to bring up that Nathan is one of our junior drivers in our drivers camp. So let's see if he can utilize all the things that he's learned in class into this race.
Although Joe lost that position due to a mistake in that off track, he's still under 5/10 and looking to reclaim that 6th position. Ooh, it looks like he takes an evasive action and takes a cut there. That will probably bring that gap to Nathan a little bit higher. Yep. Now he's about a second behind, but I know he'll keep pushing. We still got 33 minutes. Ooh, and a spin from Victor. Let's take a closer look. Ooh, evasive action leads to a spin. Ooh, a collision.
There will be a penalty on that one.
Victor's got some fight in him. I know he's going to try and reclaim those positions.
Now, these drivers really need to watch their tire temperature when they spin out. Those tire temperatures will be so high that you will not have any grip whatsoever on your tires.
Now let's take a look at the front of the field. We've got Kevin in P1, who's currently up 9 positions. Oliver is also up 9 positions in P2. Let's see, Kevin still has 32 minutes, so if he can keep this pace up, he has a chance for his first ever podium at Ignition Sim Racing. Further down the pack, we've got Nicholas, who is also up 5 positions from the start, Oscar, who is up 2 positions, and Nathan and Luis right where they started. We've got Kelly, who is down 2 positions, Joe down 4, and Victor down 5, with Quinn down the most in 7. None of these drivers can be counted out yet, though. We still have a lot of time left in this race. And Kevin actually just set the fastest lap time at 1:45.3. So he's enjoying this clean air, and he's just looking to extend that gap to 2nd place. Further back in the field, we've got Victor chasing to reclaim those positions. He's currently looking to take that position from Quinn, fighting for 9th place.
Looks like he took the track a little wide there.
For those of you who may just be joining us, this is our rookie race event here at Ignition Sim Racing. None of these drivers have ever been on the podium in an Ignition Sim Racing event. So anybody who places on that podium, this will be their first one. And it's just a great event to get new drivers into the racing atmosphere. It's been a fun one so far, so stay tuned. We still got 31 minutes left. Anything can happen. We can't count any of these drivers out yet. It actually looks like Kevin is coming up on the back marker Victor and could actually go up a lap. Kevin is currently sitting in our E1 position with Oliver following closely behind, staying within about 2 seconds. Kevin and Oliver have been in our previous race events, so it's good to see them here at the front. This will be the first as I said before, this will be the first podium for either of them. But they are not rookies to Ignition Sim Racing, just on that podium.
Now, Kevin and Oliver will definitely have to be careful overtaking these back markers. They'll never know what these drivers will do behind the... Ooh, looks like he overtook him.
Yeah, right there we saw Kevin get a little bit of a lockup on the rears, just trying to avoid Victor, who is in P10.
And let's see if Oliver can use that to his advantage. Take that slipstream.
Oliver might be getting held up a little bit by this lapped traffic. That gap is getting further from P1. There we go.
Ooh, very, very close wheel-to-wheel contact. Looks like he overtakes him on the outside. On the inside, wheel-to-wheel.
Victor not looking to get lapped, but in the end, Oliver does take the outside line and he claims that position, putting Victor down a lap.
And let's see if Oliver can put pressure on Kevin again once he starts lapping.
He's now about 3 seconds back, but we know he has the pace to get back up there, and there's plenty of time for it. A little bit further back, though, Quinn is starting to close that gap to Luis. Quinn is driving the NSX, Luis is in the Corvette, and as we can see right behind, Kevin is catching on them quick, gaining on them quick, and to put them down a lap. Ooh, Quinn goes a little bit wide, losing him time. Still within a second, though.
And you can see Kevin pulling up right behind him. Taking a little bit slow on the chicane as Kevin pulls up directly right behind him to see if he can overtake.
This may open a door for Oliver if Kevin gets caught up behind these... Ooh. If Kevin gets caught up behind these back markers, that could open an opportunity for Oliver to get closer. But he clears them without ease, it looks like. There goes Kevin. Now we have to see if Oliver can get past the lap traffic again. Like we saw on the previous lap, it actually cost him about a second of time just getting around those. And he takes the Corvette. Ooh.
A little bit of a slip.
Luis lost the rear there. Luckily did not make contact with Oliver. Quinn has now taken that 8th place position from Luis, but Luis is not giving up. He's still got the pace. He's going to try and take that position back. We've got 26 minutes left in our feature race. and nothing is set in stone. I'd like to give a huge shout out to some of these drivers. This is their first ever ignition race, and they're honestly driving extremely clean. They're respecting everybody on track. It's been a really good race so far. I hope you guys are enjoying, and we're looking forward to those end results. But like I said, anything can happen. Right now we've got Kevin in P1, Oliver close behind, now under 2 seconds, or just at 2 seconds it looks like. Kevin and Oliver are both up 9 positions from the start. Kevin's got some extremely good pace up front, so we're going to take a second and just let you guys enjoy Kevin's onboard, get a look at what he's seeing and what he's feeling for this lap. That was a good lap for Kevin, and we are back. Oliver is now under 2 seconds, within two seconds of Kevin in first place. Kevin and Oliver are extremely close in pace, so this could honestly go any way. I know Oliver is looking for that first place finish, and Kevin is also looking for his first place or podium finish. So this is going to shape up to be a very interesting last half of the race. A little bit further back though, we've got Luis in P8 looking to claim that P7 position, get a little bit further up the order. We've got some Corvette on Corvette action.
And it looks like he just overtakes him on the inside.
Beautiful move on the inside. But Joe is still right behind him.
Now I do believe Luis have the better pace in the Corvette.
Ooh, further up the field, we've got Oliver within 0.8 of Kevin.
Let's see if he can put the pressure on him, make a mistake.
taking a look at the timing tower, you can actually see that Kevin's last lap was about a second slower than Oliver's, and the previous lap, they were just within about 4/10 of each other. So very close pace between the two of them, and really this is going to come down to who makes a mistake first, honestly.
Ooh, and it looks like the Porsche is cut in front of Kevin, going off track. They are now wheel to wheel, side by side. Kevin takes the inside corner.
The back markers are proving to be an issue for Kevin and Oliver in the front, as every time they come across a lapped car, Oliver is losing time to Kevin. Kevin also losing a little bit of time. So let's see if Oliver can clear the Porsche and get back to worrying about that P1 position.
Looks like Oliver is pulling up right behind the Porsche.
Oliver gets a great exit. Oh, a little bit of contact.
So you put wheel to wheel, overtake him on the inside.
Beautiful overtake by Oliver. Now further back, Quinn is actually fighting for that 8th place position.
It's nice to see him getting back on track, gaining 2 more positions after last place.
Victor is also in the action. We've got a nice battle for P8. Ooh.
Looks like a little corner cut.
A little corner cut that might prove to be detrimental for Joe. He might have a slowdown. The pace is still there though, so he might be good.
Looks like the NSX went out wide, too wide. Braked on the off track, trying to rejoin onto traffic safely.
Ooh, and Quinn loses a position there. Victor now in P9, Joe in P8. But like I said, don't count them out. They've got the pace and they want the positions. Ooh, and that was Joe in the wall. Slows him down a little bit. Victor has a great run down the straight into turn 1. We've got 3 wide. Side by side into turn 1. Quinn goes wide and takes 8th position. Joe is still hot on the tail of Victor.
And it looks like Quinn's pace is going to shoot him straight up to P7.
Joe goes a little bit wide as he tries to hunt down that 9th position and take it from Victor. Victor also looking for the 8th position to reclaim the 8th position after a spin early in the race. Great battle at the back. Even though they are a little bit further back in the field, they are fighting for every position, and we love to see it. Ooh, and Victor misses the braking point and completely cuts the chicane. Comes out. He's probably going to have a slowdown for that one. That one's going to take him out of contention for right now, but he does have the pace to get back into the fight. This does open the opportunity possibly for Joe to take back 9th position and start looking that 8th position and take it back from Quinn.
Ooh! And he spins out too deep into the corner.
We still have 17 minutes left in the race, and these drivers have been proven to have pace, so let's see if he can get back up there. Towards the front of the field, Oliver is still looking at the back of Kevin's car, that rear bumper, and he's coming for it. He wants that first place position at the checkered flag. He's got the pace for it. Kevin with a slightly slower lap last lap. He was running a 147, and Oliver ran a 146.1. Like I said before, it's really going to come down to who makes more mistakes. These drivers are so close in pace. Oliver's still on the hunt. BMW versus Mustang. Pretty close lap times between the two. Oliver's still running slightly faster than Kevin. With 16 minutes left, that could be the difference. If he's running times that are a little bit faster than Kevin, by the end he could catch him. He's now under a second and a half.
Oliver's main enemy is the traffic in front of him that he is overtaking.
Luckily, it looks like there's clear track ahead at the moment. So this is the perfect time for him to bring that gap down. It's great to see the front runners with consistent pace and each other. One in the rear view, one looking at the rear bumper, but they're both up 9 places from the start. So this is just a great drive from Kevin and Oliver, no matter what the finish is. Let's take a look on board with Oliver as he finishes out this lap. Big mistake from Oliver, which brings him to a 3-second gap to the lead.
It looks like he took that DRS sign quite literally.
We've still got 12 minutes left in the race though, so there is still an opportunity to take that first place position. But at the same time, Kevin has got his head down and he is doing consistent lap after consistent lap. This could come down to the wire and could be determined by lap traffic or one mistake. One mistake could cost him the lead. As we take a look at Oscar, it looks like he has racked up 50 incident points, which has given him a drive-through penalty. This is super unfortunate for Oscar, although it may open up an opportunity for some of these other guys to move up. Well, it looks like Oscar served his penalty and kept his position, so his pace proved to be beneficial. He had a big enough gap on Nathan to keep the position. Kevin's got lap traffic in his rear view and in front. Oliver close behind. This is what's been super detrimental for Oliver throughout the race, has been the lap traffic, as well as Kevin a little bit, but he's managed the traffic a little bit better. Oliver's lost some time to the traffic over the course of this race. We've got 7 minutes left, and Oliver is now down 4 seconds to the lead. Oliver has to pass 2 cars in order to even get back into the fight with Kevin. Let's see if he can do it. Victor goes a little bit wide, which opens the door for Oliver to get past.
You can overtake him on the inside.
Yep, beautiful move on the inside to get around that traffic.
And a little bit of contact from the car behind.
And that contact will give Victor a black flag for incident count. He will have to do a drive-through in order to not get disqualified.
I'm not sure if that impact helped Oscar at all in increasing his speed, but it does seem like his pace is increasing.
Luis is now looking at the back of Nathan, looking for that 6th position spot. Luis has his sights set on 6th position. Like I said earlier in the race, these drivers are fighting for every position they can get, whether it's for 6th or for 1st place. So we've got good battles all throughout the field. Luis is looking to go up 2 positions from the start. Currently, he is up 1. Luis now within a second to Nathan. Ooh. And right back there in the 8th position spot, Quinn has been given a black flag for incident limit. He will also have to do a drive-through penalty, which actually might give Joe 8th position. Back to Luis as he closes in. Ooh, loses the rear a little bit, saves it. He stays within a second. An unfortunate turn of events, Quinn and Joe now have black flags for incident counts, but they will probably hold on to their positions. Luis is now within. They're side by side going into turn 1. Luis with the outside line. Nathan takes the inside line, which is a little bit quicker, but still Luis with a great exit.
Let's see if he can take the inside corner here and overtake Nathan. A little contact from both the Porsche and the Corvette.
And Luis has the position. Nathan going out a little bit wide.
So that is now has put Lewis in 2 positions gained from the start.
This is the first position change for Nathan. He started in P6 and he is now down 1 position from the start. Let's see if he, in the next 3 minutes, if he can take that position back. He has the pace to do it. Although Nathan has fought the entire race, he has now racked up 50 incident points, giving him that drive-through penalty. Quinn and Joe have also had to do that drive-through, so there might be a big enough gap that Nathan holds his position. Kevin is now coming up on more lap traffic, but he is 7 seconds ahead of Oliver. Ooh, with Nathan coming out of the pits right in front of Oliver. Oliver will now have to clear 2 cars. Ooh, Kevin narrowly avoiding contact between the lapped car. And he's going to have to be careful. With only 1 minute left, and Oliver is still close enough that a big incident could take him out of contention for that first place position.
Now, I will say, as the time keeps counting down, these race drivers are going to be even more eager to gain positions before the end of the lap. As we're going through the chicane here.
Kevin has had incredible pace this entire race. He's managed everything very well, his tires. And at the moment, it's looking like he will secure that P1 position with P2 7 seconds behind. Kevin is up 9 positions from the start. For those of you who weren't here for our race start, this is our feature race, second race of 2. And we had a reverse grid. So Kevin started all the way at the back, and he has made his way all the way to the front. We are now on the final lap of the race. Kevin is closing out the final lap of our rookie race event. This has been a great event. All the drivers in this race have never stood on the podium in a past Ignition Sim Racing event, while half the grid actually has never even participated in a previous race event. This has been a great race, great clean racing, lots of fast drivers, lots of battles all throughout the field. If you want to be a part of these Ignition Sim Racing events, be sure to follow us on our socials at Ignition Sim Racing to stay up to date on all of our up-and-coming events. Next weekend, we've got our bi-weekly challenge. It's going to be in TCRs at Brands Hatch. Be sure to stop by the Sim Lounge to set your time and earn a spot. Top 10 drivers earn a spot for that race event.
Looks like Kevin's about to pull up here on the finish line, finishing in P1.
Great, strong race from Kevin. As soon as he got into that first place position, he just kept extending that lead. Oliver was on his tail for most of the race. Here he comes across the finish line. He's now coming around to that final straight, looking towards the checkered flag. And he will secure his first ever race win at Ignition Sim Racing, as well as his first ever podium. Following close behind, we've got Oliver, who had an incredibly strong race. He also came up from the back 9 positions for his first ever podium here at Ignition Sim Racing and securing that P2 spot. Ooh, just behind, Kelly going a little bit wide, but he is rounding out the race as well. He's leaving it all out there for the last lap. And he will be securing third place as he comes around to finish out his final lap. This will also be his first podium ever. Here we come. And he finishes it out, sliding into every turn on the last lap. There he goes. Excited to be in that third place position, really leaving it all out there, right into the barrier. We love to see it.
I will have to say that Kelly is a drifter, so he is really showing his skills out here.
Incredible race finish. And shout out to all of our drivers who participated in our first ever rookie night. We had an incredible time. Now let's go to the race results. In first place, after a 45-minute race, we've got Kevin with his first ever race win at Ignition Sim Racing, as well as his first ever podium. In second, we've got Oliver. In third, we've got Kelly. And in fourth, we've got Nicholas. Fifth, Oscar. Sixth, Luis. Seventh, Quinn. Eighth, Nathan. Ninth, Victor. And 10th, we've got Joe. A great race for all these drivers. Shout out to those who are participating for the first time in our race events. We've got Joe, Victor, Nathan, Quinn, Luis, Oscar, Nicholas, and Kelly all participating for the first time ever in our race events. Great results. It was great to have you guys. It was great to be here. We will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, take care.